Hi Virgos, this is Perstephane Rose, and this is for your week of January 19th through the 25th. Right off the bat, Virgos, they're talking about that you need to make sure that you are listening to what actually is, because they show me this is work related. So it does show me that for you guys, you need to make sure that you're actually listening to what you actually want to do and not what the mundane or that everybody else is doing. So it's almost like you're, because they keep giving me the example of someone sitting inside an office setting and they're listening to this person say, oh, I have an anniversary coming up and I'm taking my aunt to do this, or I have a vacation coming up, I'm going to go do this, or I have this big project that I'm working on at home, and you're looking and you're like, I really don't have any of that going on. Am I doing something wrong? And they're showing me you're not. You just are on a different path. You're on a different, situation in your life. So try not to compare yourself to someone else's. You have a really nice life. Like, you have a really good life. You're very happy with it. Maybe these guys don't understand or are muddled down by lots of responsibilities that they have to do, and they show me you don't have to do those. So you're raising out of it, you're raising above them. So just don't worry about it. They're showing me don't compare your life to someone else's. You're not going to be happy with the results, and there's nothing wrong with your life. Okay, so that's right off the top. What else for Virgos for January 19th through the 25th? Okay, they also are talking about that it does look like there's going to be a new opportunity. And for me, they make me feel like this is actually work related. And there's something about the tattoos remind me of, this is like bricks, building bricks. For some reason, they keep making me feel like this is work, a building. They do show me there is going to be a partnership or something. So it's almost like this week you actually find out that you actually have to do a project with someone. And it may be someone that you actually don't enjoy talking to on a regular basis, or you don't actually enjoy being with. They show me don't freak out about it. Just accept it for what it is and do the project. The project is going to be successful. It may not be the happiest project, like it's not something you want to do, because it's almost makes me feel like you're like, I can do the project myself. I don't need that person's help. But the thing is, that's not the point. The point is they want you to sort of help or lead this person, or they want you to work as a team. That's the actual point. It's not so much you couldn't do the project yourself. It's more that they want this as a group project. Okay. So just deal with it and try not because they keep showing me someone that keeps rolling their eyes, like someone talks and they're like, oh, please, no, that type of thing. And they show me, don't do that. Try not to do that. Accept the person for who they are. Appreciate that they do have a skill set. It may not be as strong as yours because you have a much bigger arm. It may not be as strong as yours, but it still has its own strengths to it. Okay. So they do show me they bring a different light to the situation, but it does look like for some of you, there is a partnership coming in. They also are showing me that there is something about your money. It looks like this week that you're very worried about your money, or you're very focused on your money. They show me try not to put too much money investment in this worry, because they show me it's going to work out for you. So if this is like you're looking at it and you're like, God, the stock market's really crashed this week and I'm not happy about that, they're showing me don't worry about it. It's going to come back. Okay. Or they're showing me I'm not going to be able to buy the house I want because the interest rates haven't, dropped as much. They're showing me again, don't worry about this. It is going to even out and things are going to change for you. Okay. And it changes for the positive. It shows me it's a positive growth upward, not a negative growth downward. Okay. So you are moving positive, and there's a V right here for victory. So it is something that is going to be associated, and the green always makes me feel like it's money associated. Okay. So they do show me that for my Virgos, it does make me feel like there is some worried about money, but just try not to worry too much. It's all going to work out. What else does Spirit want to say for my Virgos? Okay. For the last two cards, yep, I got it. For the last two cards for my Virgos, it does show me that you guys need to make sure that this week you also are paying attention to the fine details. It's not that you don't on a normal basis. I know your sign is very diligent when it comes to seeing the details and paying attention to details and knowing that things before other people do. That's not the issue. It's more like you see the details, but then you turn away and you walk towards a different detail. And they're showing me you're missing the importance of this detail, okay? And the reason is they're showing me that, yes, this has detail over here and he's looking more towards, like he's heading over here towards these details. But without these details, this whole building would collapse. Okay. So make sure you're looking at the big picture. Make sure you're looking at everything, not just little tiny details, because they're showing me you're missing some of the big meaning. And this may actually be associated with, because they're linking it back to this, highlighting this card, it may be associated with this partnership that you don't want to do. Okay. It's almost like you're like, that's a waste. I can do it myself. I don't need help. And they're showing me that's because you're looking at it and you're like, I've done this like 20 times by myself. I don't need help doing it. And the people that are asking you to do it, or the reason that you're asking, is because you're not seeing the big picture. They need you to see the big picture so you're successful. Otherwise, it will come tumbling down. Okay? Because you're going to be focused over here and yet there's a fire over here going on. Okay, so that's why this partnership needs to happen. But they also show me just in general, make sure that you're spreading out your energy. So another example they're giving me is if you have children or you have someone that relies on you, they show me, and this example is about kids. They show me that your kids come home and they're like, I have a project in English. I really need help, Dad, with a project in English. And you sit down and you're like, okay, let's do English. You get the English project done and then you get up and you're like, okay, we're done, and you walk away. But you're not realizing that he also had math that he needed to get done. So therefore, he's going to take his English. Yeah, it's going to be great. You're going to do that. He's going to turn his English in and get an A, but then he gets an F on the math because he doesn't understand math. And the reason is you didn't say, is there anything else I need to help you with before we leave this table? You know, that type of thing. So just make sure you're offering. Okay. The last card for you is, please understand that it makes me feel like sometimes you feel like you get burdened with things that are out of your control and you don't understand why you have to do it, or why is it that every time I turn around, it seems like I walk into the shit show, you know, that type of thing, and I have to clean it up. They're showing me this is out of, and I know some of my Virgos don't believe in the divine and everything like that, or fate, but some of this is out of your control. It's just how it works. Like, you're going to have stuff that just happens to you. You can't control it. It's not that you deserve it. It's not that you've done anything, but it just happens. And they're showing me, but it comes in a cycle. Okay. See how it goes in a circle? So just hang on tight, get through this week. Next week is a much better week. Okay, so they're showing me between the 19th and the 25th. It does look like it's a little rocky and it's a little confusing, and you just walk away and you're like, why did that week have to happen? And they're showing me that's because it's just part of the cycle. It's not that you deserved it. It's not that it's karma. It's not that you've done anything bad. They just show me it's a cycle. So allow it to focus, run through its course. Just hang on tight. And when you come back on the other side, it's going to be a better ride. Okay? Okay, Virgos, you guys have a wonderful week for January 19th through the 25th. It doesn't sound wonderful, but they show me it actually has its high points, okay? Now, Virgos, if you want a reading from myself, Perstephane Rose, in the bio, or any of the other lovely psychics that I have that are associated with my website, in the bio down below, you'll find my website. You can always go there and book readings. Otherwise, I will see you next week.